Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are back to work on the MV Agusta Brutale 1000 RR Nürburgring edition. A beautiful package from CNC Racing has arrived. Let's crack it open, show you guys what we got. These are beautiful. I bet you can tell what color scheme we're going with. Black and gold, hopefully to match the gold clear coat on the carbon wheels. Every single piece is CNC'd and then anodized these colors. New rear axle locking. The main piece that is all gold is a Cush Drive hub flange. 5 gold nuts for the sprocket. The top triple tree nut in black CNC. Finally, my favorite piece, the rear sprocket flange, which is two-tone gold and black. Bearings installed on this side, along with the bearing on the inside of this flange. Now, there are many more parts from CNC Racing, and as you can tell, these old pieces are from CNC Racing. But let's tear down that rear wheel, start installing the new goodies. Well, guys, I've come to the conclusion that it just doesn't feel right to put these beautiful CNC Racing parts on this burnt hub. This just doesn't deserve these parts. So we're gonna order a new hub for these parts. We're gonna have to hold off on these just for a little bit. I don't think this speed sensor plate is straight. There's a few bends on the backside, but this tab looks a little off. We're gonna put these parts off to the side, as well as this new rear caliper that I picked up off eBay. Now we're gonna move on to the other goodies over here and gonna crack open these 2 bottom boxes, which I think you guys are gonna enjoy. Now on the 16 and 17 RCS brake master cylinder and clutch master cylinder, there's actually no hole inside of the master cylinder. So this knob doesn't go into anything. Should I just run it like this? My assumption is a lot of guys go with race handlebars, which don't have those knobs. Now I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put this thing because there's no spots on the handlebar, and let me show you why. The old master cylinders integrated the fluid reservoir onto the cylinder itself. These master cylinders have no spots for the reservoir. But we'll figure that out later. Let's move on to that engine. So we are ready to torque the head on this MV Agusta Brutale motor. We're gonna do it 100% to OEM specifications. Let me bring you right along and show you everything. First, we're gonna stick some paper in the spark plug holes. All right, those are all plugged up. Now, first things first, we're in the engine workshop manual for the Brutale motor, and this is the nut removal sequence for removing the head. As you can see, they start from the outside and they work inwards. Now for installation, it's a different procedure. And right down here, they tell us the exact procedure for the installation of the head. You actually start from the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you work your way to the outside. The next part for the engine is the torque spec, which actually there is no torque spec. It's an angle reading that it runs off of. So my buddy let me borrow his angled torque wrench, and I'll show you how this works in a minute. But we need to preload all of the nuts for the head to 20 Newton meters. And once all of the head nuts are at 20 Newton meters, then we finalize tightening all the bolts to 210 degrees, and in this nut pattern. Now this torque wrench is pretty sweet. Let's power it on. Right now it's in angle mode. It's at 55 for the angle, and to change that, you simply just press the plus button and you can increase the angle. But we need to do 20 Newton meters first, so we're gonna change the units to Newton meters. There we go. And we're going to 20. There we go. We're at 20 Newton meters. So let's preload all of the head nuts in this pattern. And just as a refresher, we do have ARP fastener lubricant on all 12 of the head nuts. Now I'm gonna have to brace this thing with my knees and get all 12 of these to 210 degrees. Well, the head is all torqued down, but here's my dilemma. While using this torque wrench, I was getting different torque readings once I had finished 210 degrees. And I think that's because I'm using an extension to my 3/8 8mm Allen. The inside nuts were about at 42, 43 foot-pounds, and these outside ones were at like 33. Even though I torqued all of them to 210 degrees on this torque wrench to spec, I think this extension is messing it up. So I did some research online, and a common cylinder head torque rating is around 58 Newton meters, which comes out to be 42, 43 foot-pounds. So I tested all the bolts, and the highest torque reading I had was on these back ones, and they were at 45 foot-pounds. So I torqued all of the bolts to 45 foot-pounds. I did definitely mess myself up with this extension though. So now we're gonna move on. We have more packages that have arrived. Let me go grab one. Here we go. Now in here is a brand new tire because this Russell 3 is flat already. I think I messed up the bead on that tire when I took it off a different wheel. So we're gonna grab our beautiful Rabaconda stand. Now we're ready to crack open that wheel and change this tire out. That's the damage from me previously taking this tire off, and I think that's what caused it to not hold air anymore. Well, we got it done. Another successful tire change with the Ravaconda, with the tire tread going in the correct direction. But now that we've completed a brand new tire on the wheel, gonna clean up the Ravaconda stand and move on to this massive box from Evolution Bike. Got a bunch of holes all over this sucker. I'm always super excited to see what OEM MV Agusta parts we have. O-rings, some special tools, some sensors. Here's the water temp sensor. But the main piece I was looking for was this valve cover, so now we can finally reassemble the rest of the head. Finally take my mom's saran wrap off, throw the cams in, put that chain in, time the engine, and we should be set. Then we can throw this valve cover on the top. So we spun the engine over with a 19 socket, got the crankshaft aligned perfectly with TDC right on that dash and right on that tiny little mark above it. You can see that better now. We installed the intake cam, IN, which is the intake side, and EX for the exhaust side. When we pulled these cams, we lined up these dashes directly in the center. But on the manual, let me show you what it says. The Engine Workshop manual actually recommends that you align it on the side of the cam gear instead of the way we did it, which was in the middle. Now, 1/2 rotation of this cam gear is a full rotation of the crankshaft gear. So I assume the inside or the outside would work just fine. Like I'll show you, we're already halfway around on the bottom here. We're just about back at the top, and look at where the dashes are now. They're on the side. Now, there is a special procedure for the camshaft holders. We need to start with camshaft holder number 1. We need to make sure that there is 0 load on the cams of cylinder 1. Cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like on the valve cover. They make it pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've already got these in a line. This is number 1, this is number 2, and I'll show you why this is number 2. This has the special oil passageway. Unlike number 1, 3, and 4, there is an oil gallery underneath, which is where this gets oil from a hose that runs all the way down to the bottom. So let's get these camshaft holders in, torque them down to spec. Let's get these cams in for good. So I am still 1 tooth off on the timing. It's pretty late here, so we'll catch you guys in the morning. This engine stand is so cool. Well, it won't turn. Right now the chain tensioner is out of the engine, but this chain is super tight still. So I think it's binding up at the crankshaft all the way down there. So we're gonna have to take everything out again, try this all over for the 5th time. All right, guys, watch this. Well, I got too excited. It turns, but it's not perfect. Unfortunately, the intake cam is 1 tooth off. As you can see right there, it's lining up perfectly in the center, but the other line is a tooth down. And the crankshaft is at TDC, top dead center. So what is this, my 10th try? I mean, who's counting? guys, we are so close. We are exactly 1 gear off. Right now we're at top dead center, as you can see. And as you can see on the gears here, the dashes are 1 notch off. On the exhaust cam, we are 1 notch too low, so we need to bring that up a gear. And on the intake cam, we are 1 notch too high, so we need to bring that down. So they're both in a line, they're 1 notch off. Take number 473. There we go. Finally, the cams are spinning properly and everything is in time. As you can see, those dashes are in line and we are at TDC. Can you tell this is my first time? Now we are gonna finish what we started and complete the procedure on the camshaft holders, all 4 of them. Each camshaft holder needs to be under no load, so we need to position the crankshaft so that these lobes are not pressing down on the valves, so there's no tension on these when we torque them to spec. Yes. Valve cover installed and torqued to spec using fastener assembly lube. Now it's time for the installation of this new oil line and a new temp sensor. So we installed a brand new oil line, a brand new coolant temp sensor, and we cleaned up and lubed the O-ring for this thermostat housing. Now we're gonna absolutely destroy all the dirt, grime, and grease on the backside of this engine with some super clean. This is my absolute favorite stuff. Man, this motor is looking way better than before. That super clean stuff does wonders. The top and the side of the motor is looking way better now, ready for the installation inside of that frame. I am still on the lookout for some coil packs, unless I can wire these suckers up. Probably isn't the best idea. Other than that, the engine's ready to go in that frame, and we got more boxes to open, but that's gonna be for later. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Here's some bonus content for you guys. We've got the shop lit up pretty well. There are some dark spots, and that's what we're about to fix. So we are about to fix that with some Hyperlite hexagonal LED lights. That took me a while. Are you guys ready for the final reveal? These Hyperlite hexagons are perfect in the shop.